Alright, let's get into this. Okay, this is confusing. So the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles came out from 1992 till 1993, as we know, with, besides the pilot, which was feature-length, all of them were like 45-minute episodes. But then the ratings dropped, and they had to cut together some of the episodes into like TV movies, so to speak. So the most famous one is Young Indiana Jones and the Mystery of the Blues, because they not only cut 2 episodes together, but they also filmed new bookends. Instead of George Hall Old Indy, we got Harrison Ford as middle-aged Indy, which is a pretty famous thing about the show. But in the UK, they actually released the original versions, which is, 2 separate episodes that make up Mysteries of the Blues in the US version. So that's how I'm gonna approach it, because this is how it was filmed, written originally, this is how it was intended. And then I'm gonna talk about the Harrison Ford middle-aged indie bookends in a separate little video, because they do form like their own little story. So basically we're just gonna talk about the first half of Mysteries of the Blues, which is Chicago, April 1920. This episode has a fun opening. Old Indy is at home and his grandson Spike is practicing with his band, and they are very loud and very bad. And then Old Indy tells him about his time when he worked as a waiter during his time at the University of Chicago, and how he loved jazz music and he got into it and became friends with a famous musician played by Jeffrey Wright. And this episode is fun. It doesn't have any action. It doesn't have much in terms of plot. It's basically just Indy wanting to become friends, with this band and, play jazz music, and he's really into it. But it's nice. I like that this show does a lot of different stuff with the episodes. There's also stuff in here about like racism and, how that played out in the 1920s when this is set, which is also pretty good stuff. And again, similar to basically all of the Adventures of Young Indy re-edits, I think this works much better in this original format as a 45-minute self-contained episode. So I definitely recommend this one.